And then he said a certain man that had two sons. Now I want you to know the certain man is God. Okay? But you can look at it from the supernatural, this man being God, and you can look at it from the natural, this man being a loving father. Come on, somebody. But either way, this man is constant. This man is unchanging. This man is steadfast. Come on, unwavering. Watch this. And the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the portion of goods that falls to me. So he divided to them his livelihood. Now watch this. Normally, when you receive your inheritance, someone is dead. Does that mean that the young man wished that his father was dead? Or did he get to a place that he was so beside himself that he decided he knew more than his dad? Kind of like we do. We know more than God. Sometimes we won't come out and say it, but that's the reality. We think we know more. We think we have a better interpretation of the one that wrote the word. Okay? But nevertheless, a lot of times that comes to you after someone is dead. Now, just like this young man, years ago, there was two Menendez brothers. Now, they had a lot of money coming to them anyway. But they devised a plan because they could not wait. And guess what? They would have got away with it because they killed him and they went to the movies like nothing ever happened. They came back, oh, somebody that broke in and killed our parents. But here's the thing. Anytime there's a large sum of money for someone to get, the first people they look at is the ones that's going to get the money. Insurance companies are usually always right. Because at the end of the day, no one else, if you can't gain, then what's the point? See, they would have got away with it, but they started spending that money. They started spending it fast. In other words, they started spending it like they never had it, or they had such a great desire. That's why they got in trouble. They started putting pressure on one brother, he told on the other, and they got caught. But anyway, and not many days after that, the younger son gathered all together, journeyed to a far country, and there wasted his possessions with prodigal living. In other words, riotous living. In other words, he was out there doing everything that he wanted to do. But I want you to look at this because he journeyed to a far country. In other words, I want to get away from you. I want to go to another state. Come on. I want to go to a place where I don't have nothing to do. I want to get as far away from you as possible because I want to do it my way. Let me tell you something. He had heard something. He was already inclined to do that. But see, he thought he had it all together. And he thought the money was the way. He thought everything that he needed was wrapped up in that money. So he decided, I'm going to go somewhere. You know, that's what we do. Look around. We got some folks that went all over the place. Sometimes we tend to do that too. Because I don't want to hear what you have to say anymore. Like you said, Brittany, I don't want to live like you want me to live. I want to do it my way. See, it didn't say he went over to the next county. It said he journeyed to a far country. So he wanted to get as far away as possible. Why? Because he had a mindset that he wanted to do things his way. Y'all see that? And he thought that money, come on, was the answer. Sound familiar? We got some folks right now, I can't wait until I go over here. Let me tell you something. Until you do better right here, no matter where you go, you're going to be miserable. I just need one witness. I have to tell it, I love telling. Man, when I came in the military, I used to see people, you all, 17, 18 years in. And they were sloppy, very unprofessional. And I would ask people, what's wrong with them? They would always tell me, oh, they're on the way out. And I used to think to myself, what does that have to do with the job that you're required to do right now? In other words, until you get out, you have a standard to maintain. You know what I found out? They were sorry. It wasn't just the fact they was at 17 and 18 years getting ready to get out of the military. They were sorry the whole time they was in the military. Because I'm going to tell you, can I get one witness? Once you have a standard in life, you maintain that standard. My dad loves to dress. And even though he's not in the best condition physically, don't y'all know when he get ready to go, he clean, ain't he?
Yep.
All his life he's been that way. So he just didn't wake up one day and say, look, this here I am. No. He's always been that way. And I'm telling you right now, I don't care what anybody says. If you're sorry, you're going to continue to be sorry. There has to be something on the inside. There has to be something that gives us the motivation to go forward. And that's the Word of God. And I just wanted to say that because I think a lot of people think they're going to change. Can I get a witness?
Yes, sir.
Don't they? Yes.
I want to say something about when you was talking about the money when people go places and, but the whole point I want to say something about the money thing because I'm starting to realize now that the money is truly the root of all evil with people, and it doesn't matter what person you are. Because I was looking at a situation that happened, I don't know if you guys heard about that doctor that diagnosed all the 500 patients with cancer, and they did not even have cancer. The reason why he said he did it was because of money, because he wanted money. So all these people for all these years thought that they had cancer, taking chemotherapy, treatments, and stuff, did not even have cancer at all, and they had to go through the heartache, the crying, the tears, all that, thinking that they dying, and they didn't even have cancer at all.
Hey.
And he said, because of money, because he wanted money.
Brittany, I'm not going to lie to y'all. We talked to a man that used to have a big restaurant chain since we've been gone this week. And somehow we got on the conversation and, I was like, sir, I said, a man that don't have peace don't have nothing. I'm serious. If you don't have a peace of mind, you don't have nothing. And he said, well, I guess I don't have it. I said, what do you mean? He said, because I want money. He said, I hear everything that you're saying, and to a certain extent, I do agree. But at the end of the day, I want money. I got to have it. I'm used to having it. He said, now all of a sudden, I don't have it like that anymore. I said, wow, man, that's unfortunate. Because you'll never be happy in life. At the end of the day, it's not about money. I said, because, watch this. It was so bad for you that you're miserable now. You lost that money years ago. And he's still trying to make that money back. But he's not going to get that money until he receives Jesus Christ. He has the ability to make money, but it's not going to come like that. Why? Because that's his God. Y'all see that? That's his God. People like that you can't talk to. Because he's already made up in his mind that the only thing that makes him happy is money. He was telling us how he was staying hotels for 5 days. Hotel $1,000. $1,000 a night.
Oh, Jesus.
Just telling us how he spent money, how he purchased this, and how he did that, and how he did this, but he didn't manage his money. So he kind of ended up broke. Now he's not broke like we think broke is broke, but he can't live the way he used to live. And right now he's a miserable person because he doesn't have that money. And so I'm going to tell you right now, there's nothing wrong with having money. But I heard something a long time ago and it makes sense. There's nothing wrong with having money, but just don't let the money have you. There's nothing wrong with having money because in our society you need it. But don't let it have you because right now you're right. You got people do anything. You talking about that doctor. Look at the pastor that was taking out insurance policies and then killing people that was special needs. That's funny.
That's sad.
But you laughing.
Because that's sad.
Oh, well, you like one of the few people I know that laugh and mess like that. But he was taking out insurance policies on people that were handicapped and special needs and killing them. The Menendez brothers killed their parents. They was going to be rich anyway. All they had to do was wait. They was already living a good life. They already had everything. But they could not wait to receive their inheritance. Man. So he goes into another country and it says he wasted his possessions. Why? He had to get away. Rebellion and disobedience against the father. Didn't want to do like she said. Didn't want to fall. Man, can I get a witness? This is the best time of your life. You don't have to pay no bills. Come on. What you got? School? Chores? What else? You go to church. What else? What's your biggest responsibility? Somebody please tell me. I don't know either. My mother told me that. She said, boy, it's going to be days you wish you was at home. And if you're watching tonight, I want you to know you was right. Because what I have realized, being at home is easy. I just had to subdue my flesh. But that little chores and little homework, going to school, going to church, that ain't nothing when you got to pay them bills. Ain't that right, Ray? It ain't nothing when you got somebody on your back and you got all these responsibilities. It ain't nothing when you're responsible for all these other people. Man, it ain't compared to that. But we ain't figured that out yet. But we will, because life is one of the best teachers. But when he had spent all, there arose a severe famine in the land, and he began to be in want. So guess what? He didn't plan. He spent all his money, y'all. Having a good time, chasing the ladies, drinking, partying, doing all the things that what young people think are good right now. Satan has made those things seem to them like it's good. But if the club really said, welcome to hell, would you go? It doesn't say, welcome to hell. It says, welcome to Club Beelzebub, or whatever it's called. And we go in, and we think we're having a good time, and we spending money. I promise you this. Right now, you spending money you're going to wish you had later on. You think you're having a good time, but all you're doing is wasting time. You got all these people that spend all this money. Young people take their credit cards and everything. They run down to Panama City and all these places for spring break. Girls gone wild and all this stuff. And then things happen. And then people get killed. This year we heard a story about a young lady just hanging out with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend is Mr. Gangster. Well, he got into it with some of the wrong people. He got killed, and so did she. She left behind 2 kids. Didn't have to happen. Didn't have to happen. But nevertheless. So he was in want now. Then he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country, and he sent him into his fields to do what? Feed the pigs. So here you go from having everything. You living a good life. You're at home with your father. We're under the protection of our father, but we get away from that. We separate ourselves from God because we're rebellious and disobedient. We separate ourselves from our parents because we don't want to do right, and we want what belongs to us, but we don't even know how to handle it. See, part of the problem, he wanted the money, he wanted the good time, but he didn't have the common sense to manage his money. See? At the end of the day, these are some things he could have learned where if he would have stayed home, if he would have stayed connected to the Father. But see, he wanted to do it his way, just like I wanted to do it my way, and other people in this room, we did it just like we wanted to. Same, ain't nothing changed. This is old, this is old years, thousands of years ago. But the story is the same today. This young man wanted to do his thing, so he went. And he would gladly have filled his stomach with the pods that the swine ate. And no one, watch this, and no one gave him anything. Y'all see that? See, he went from being on top of the world to nothing. He over there feeding the pigs, eating what they eat. See, his money went, his friends went too. That happened to y'all. It happened to me. See, it's amazing. Mike Tyson had all the friends. When he was renting out the hotels and flying people all over the place and riding people in limousines. Man, he had all kind of friends. I can imagine sometimes he walked up in there and said, man, I don't know these people. But he didn't care because he was living a good life. But one thing about it, though, when the money left, his friends left too. Yes.
You know what, God, you said it's funny. You know what? Not saying that anybody should ever try this out, but if you ever get locked up, see how many friends you have, that's when you can really tell who your friends are when you're in a type of situation like that, because they will not come visit you. They will not come visit you. And it's only a simple visit of filling out some information or just making a phone call. They won't. But then when you get out there, be the first one, oh man, come on, let's go to the club, you know. And I seen that firsthand. They'll be quick to come spend time with you then. But when they want to accept your calls.
Come on, tell it. Tell it.
You call them, and I'm just telling on me, you call them, and it's like, well, you have to go through, and they're like, please say your voice. And you say your voice, and they're like, are you going to accept this call from caller voice? And all you hear is, no. And
But see, watch
and
this.
you be like, really? You know, you're my friend.
Come on.
It's true. I'm serious.
I'm telling you, that's why, man, look, that's why we got to get back to being parents and raising our children up the right way. Because at the end of the day, these things can happen to anybody, but a lot of times those things happen because you was doing it your way. But see, you get out there, and that's what I'm trying to tell y'all tonight. The kids get out there doing it their way. They're not prepared to do that. You know, your friends are there pouring out a little bit of the 40 that they drink and thinking about you, but they ain't trying to help you. They ain't sending you no money. They ain't buying you no products. They ain't doing nothing for you. They got the nerve to show up when you get out, hoping that you got some money saved up so that y'all can go out and have a good time. See, at the end of the day, see, parents know things like that. And what parents do is step up to the plate and say, nah, that joker right there, sorry, and you ain't hanging out with them. Why? Because they already know their character, seen it before, been there, did that. You mad at the parent because you can't hang out with a certain person. And when you have parents like us that's in deliverance and understand how spiritual warfare, man, we have to look out for the transfers. See, a lot of parents don't know that. It's not just as simple as saying, well, that's a bad person. No, there's something on that person that if you're not ready, guess where that thing won't be? On you. Yes.
I want to say something for that because I know when I was growing up, my grandmother was in the church, but my mother was not in the church like that. And I understand when you say when you go to other people's homes and their parents, you know, certain things go on in their house that you don't understand. Because I know I went to one of my friends, I went to go visit them and their parents walk around the house naked. Their mom and their dad used to walk around the house naked with no problem. Just that's how they lived. And when I used to go over there, they always lived like that. It's just how they did stuff.
They thought they was in the garden?
Sir?
I said they thought that was in the garden.
I don't know, but they did that, but I was little, and so I'm like, I never asked the girl like why your parents do that, but that's how they live, and they felt like it was normal, like it wasn't that thing.
But see, that's the problem. You got parents like that say, well, that's normal. And that's the same parents that's dressing their boys up as girls and dressing their girls up as boys because they got this very loose way of seeing life. But a lot of times, what you're going to find out, a lot of people that's going down that road of death and destruction, they're not saved. They don't have a relationship and never have. They just doing this thing the best way they can because you got a lot of people that have this liberal way of thinking. That's why we have same-sex marriage, because of people that think loosely in their minds. So just like them walking around naked, no big deal, it is a big deal. Because at the end of the day, you don't know the impact that it's having on people that's watching you. See? You think everybody going to look at it and say, oh, that's cool, I want to be naked too. I guarantee you that